Hi, welcome back to Moose Chemistry. This is Stoichiometry Lesson 2. Okay, when we do stoichiometry, we're converting one substance basically into another, and we have a certain kind of flow paths. Like this is my grams to my moles to their moles to their grams. Or you could go backwards, their grams to their moles to my moles to my grams. Or I can go my moles to my atoms, or molecules, particles, whatever, or their moles to their atoms, okay? Or you could go from my atoms to my moles to their moles to their atoms. And there's a whole bunch of other ones like my atoms to my moles to my grams, or my grams to my moles to my atoms. So there's a bunch of different things that we could do. Remember that 1 mole is equal to 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd grams, atoms, molecules, particles, ion pairs, or whatever. That 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd is known as Avogadro's number. Right, given the balanced equation K2S2O3 plus 4Cl2 plus 5H2O yields 2KHSO4 plus 8HCl, how many grams of K2S2O3 have to be used to get 25 grams of KHSO4? Okay, well, let's go ahead and solve that. So we go 25 grams of KHSO4, and we're going from my grams to their grams. So we're going to be using this pathway right here. My grams to my moles to their grams. So let's go ahead and convert that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and now we're going to put a number down here. And this number is going to be 136.18 grams of KHSO4. Now, where did that number come from? That's the molar mass of KHSO4. And we showed you in an earlier video how to convert grams or whatever into molar masses. And so that's going to give me 1 mole of KHSO4. Now I'm going to use the mole ratio to get moles of K2S2O3. So there are 2 moles of KHSO4 to 1 mole of K2S2O3. So I compared this one here to this one here. That's my ratio. All right, now, but I want it in grams, so I have to get rid of the moles. So I'm going to have to go 1 mole K2S2O3 on the bottom. Then I need the molar mass of K2S2O3. And when you calculate that, it should be around 190.34 grams of K2S2O3. All right, now we're ready to solve the problem. So grams cancel grams, moles cancel moles. See that? All that's left is grams of K2S2O3, which is what we're looking for to start with. So this will give me 17.5 grams of K2S2O3. That's pretty darn snarly. Now the next question says, how many grams of HCl will be produced if 25 grams of KHSO4 is also produced? All right, so now what we do is we take 25 grams of KHSO4, and we're going to turn it into moles of KHSO4. So we're going to go from my grams again to my moles to their grams. So we're going to do the same process. So we will need to put 1 mole of KHSO4 on the top. So this problem is going to be a lot like the one above it. All right, so now we need the molar mass of that, and we determined in an earlier problem that was 136.18 grams of KHSO4. So everything's looking pretty good, okay? So we're moving along. All right, so now we're going to do the mole ratio. So we want to know, what is the mole ratio? So there are 2 moles of K2HSO4, and we want to turn to HCl, so we're going to compare this one to that one. So we've got 8 moles of that. So we're going to put 2 moles of KHSO4 on the bottom and 8 moles of HCl on the top times 1 mole of HCl on the bottom, because we're trying to find grams of HCl. And then we want to know the molar mass of HCl. And after you calculate that, you'll find that to be 36.46 grams of HCl. Now we're ready to solve the problem. So grams cancel grams, moles cancel moles. You take the 25 divided by 136.18, times it by 8, divide it by 2, then you times it by 36.46, and you get your answer to be 26.77 grams of HCl. Wow, that was a lot of work, but that's what you have to do. So listen, you guys be snarly. I will see you back here at Musin Chemistry.